Hi friends, welcome back. We're talking today about the end behavior of polynomials when we graph them. So this is exciting because it's getting you closer to being able to graph all of these guys, putting all this stuff together and being able to graph it. So the simple thing with polynomials and discovering their end behavior is paying close attention to your leading coefficient. That's your first term in the very front that has your highest exponent. So if your leading coefficient is positive, your end behavior is going to be up, up. And this will make more sense in a second. If it's negative, it's down, down. Now, then you look at your exponent, and if it's odd, you're going to flip the first arrow, flip your first one, okay? So how does that work? So let's look at this guy for an example. So negative x to the sixth power. First, you want to make sure that it's in order. So in standard form with your highest exponent first. And fortunately, this one is. So we look at that and we see, okay, well, it's negative. So negative means down, down. And this is even, so we're going to leave it alone. So our end behavior is down, down. Okay, so what does that look like when we go to graph it? Let's see. Here we go. If we go to graph it, ta-da, it's sure enough, it's going, both of them are going down on either side. So what does that look like as x approaches negative infinity over here? It's going down. So y is approaching also negative infinity. As x is approaching positive infinity, y is still approaching negative infinity. That's what that looks like. Okay, so let's take a look at our next one. And again, it's always this leading coefficient in first term is your most important one. So let's look at this guy, f of x. So we've got 5x to the 8th plus 8x to the 7th. So again, all we care about is that it's in order and this is the highest exponent. So is it positive? Yes. So it's going to be up, up. Is this even? Yes, then we're going to leave it alone. If it was odd, we would flip the first one, but we're not. So this means when we go to graph it, our end behavior is going to go up like this in this direction. So let's take a look at that. If I go back over to here and I type this one in, 5x to the 8th, 5x, and to get into the exponent on Desmos, you just use the shift 6, and there's that little caret above your 6. So 5x to the 8th plus 8x to the 7th. Okay, oops, let's try that again. There we go. Okay, so looking at this guy, if I look out, it doesn't even matter because all I'm caring about is the end behavior, and sure enough, it's going up in these directions. And if you look back to our notes here, that's exactly what we did. We said up, up right here. Okay, let's look at example number 3. 2/10 x to the 3rd minus x plus 45. So looking at this guy, this is positive, so it's going to go up, up, and then our exponent is odd, so we need to switch this first one. So it's going to go down, up, down, up, and let's see as we type that in here what that looks like. 0.2 x to the 3rd plus minus x plus 45, and sure enough, if we've got that guy, let's zoom out of here. There it is. Whew, way up there. Okay, so, and that's because our y-intercept is 45, right? And again, you'll see that it's going down and then up, down and then up. And if you look at our notes here, sure enough, we are going down and then up. Okay, so let's do this now. Let's say we're given a graph like this, and we see, okay, determine if the degree is odd or even, and if the leading coefficient is positive or negative. So let's look at A here. It is going up, up, so we definitely know it's positive, and that means that it's even, because if it was odd, we would flip that first one. So what you really want to do when you're looking at this is look at your second one. So we look at the second arrow, it's negative. That means it's going down, down, which means that it's negative, but our first one is flipped, so that makes it odd. All right, so let's look at our second one here. It's down, so we're going to say negative, and it's down, down, so it's even because it's not flipped. We didn't flip that first one. Looking at this one, let's look at our second one here is up, so that means it's going to be positive, up, up, except that our first one is flipped, so that makes it odd. Hopefully this helps. If you have any questions, let your teacher know. Otherwise, we will see you next time.